Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show this Friday, the 7th of January 2022. You guys should be getting excited. I'm getting excited. Here comes something that is a very big opportunity, something worth getting excited about. And yes, it's in cryptocurrency, but it's not quite what it appears to be. Let me just explain. I'll tell you what I'm expecting. I'm expecting somewhere in around March or April for the newspaper articles out there, not newspaper, but now it's online articles. You see them everywhere. Mainstream media articles are going to be saying, big headline: Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, worst performing asset class of 2022. That's what you're going to see, I think. And you say, well, Glenn, why are you excited about that? That's awful news. A lot of us on this show, we hold Bitcoin holdings, and cryptocurrency holdings. And it's going to be the worst performing asset class of 2022 by April or March of this year. Yeah, well, the Fed's embarked upon a tightening process. And Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are going to be hard hit by this. They're already starting to be hard hit by it, and it's going to continue. It's going to get worse because the Fed's not going to relent. And money that was been used for speculation is drying up faster than a flash flood in the Sahara Desert. So that's what's coming. But I'm not looking at what's coming in these big headlines that are going to be out there in March and in April that says Bitcoin and crypto's the worst performing asset class of 2022. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in the finish line. The finish line's the end of the year, not March and April. That's just after the first quarter. We still got 3 quarters left. What's going to happen in those 3 quarters is what I'm interested in. Well, what's going to happen is this experiment that the Fed's doing right now is going to end in total disaster. In around March or April, the whole system, the financial system of the entire world, is going to start to turn downwards rather rapidly. And it's going to scare the central banks how the breakdown into this financial system is going to happen. It's going to scare them. It's going to really scare them bad. And it's going to be the end of this failed experiment of trying to reduce their balance sheet. It's going to be the end of it. And in fact, when they change monetary direction, so is the fate of cryptocurrencies going to change. So what's this going to do? You're probably going to be looking at a Bitcoin price of sub $30,000 in around probably March or April. So for you guys out there right now who've been listening to these guys on the internet, and maybe a month or two ago when Bitcoin was $60,000, they were out there and they were all enthusiastic. Bitcoin's going to go to 1 million, and you better buy now. Crypto, get crypto rich, and all this kind of stuff. And they've been pushing this down your throat. And just think, if you'd bought all into the cryptocurrencies when it's 60,000, now it's at 40,000. You've lost a third of your money. Buy right now. And I'm here to tell you it's going to get worse. Because if you buy in right now, and a lot of you might be thinking about, hey, I might be buying in. I might buy in right now. The Bitcoin is 40,000. It looks pretty good, and I think I'll buy in. Well, you could get cut down even more if Bitcoin loses another 10 grand off of it. And that's what I think it's going to do. I think we're going to put in a bottom just under 30,000. That's what I think, in around March or April. But what's going to happen then? The Fed's going to relent. And, there's an interesting thing that's going to happen after the Fed relents. and after they go back to easing their monetary policy again, and more accommodative monetary policy, there's an interesting thing that's going to happen. The whole world is going to lose confidence in the fiat currencies. Because the Fed's a leader. When they're knocked down and people realize that the Fed hasn't got the tools to fight inflation, when the world realizes that, what's interesting is going to happen is we're going to start to move toward more profound inflation than we've ever seen before. It's going to be the second wave of inflation. And this wave is going to be different in the fundamental factor of the people losing confidence in the purchasing power of the fiat currencies. It's when we're going to see Bitcoin really take off. And so what I'm thinking is, by the end of this year, Bitcoin's going to be setting new highs. Probably by December. And so, what do you guys see in this? If I'm right, what do you guys see? Well, you should be seeing a tremendous buying opportunity coming up. And it's all going to be about timing. I'm going to be on here, and I'm going to tell you guys when I think it's it. The it spot. In other words, this is about as low as it's going to go, and the Fed is starting to change direction. I'm going to be on here, and you guys are going to get the word, and you're going to know when that spot probably is by listening enough to me. I'm not going to come right out and directly tell you, buy Bitcoin. I'm not going to do that. But what I will do is I'll probably be out here in around March or April, and I'll be saying, hey, guys, by the way, Bitcoin's really low. Nobody loves it anymore, and we're in a real bear market, and it looks awful. This is what I'll be telling you. But if you read between the lines, when that time comes in March, when I'm out here telling you how awful it is, if you read between the lines, that's also probably the period where you're probably going to want to pick some up. Because I think by the end of this year, coming in around December, I think we're going to be looking at a totally different picture. With Bitcoin excitement and enthusiasm in like it's never been before. With new apps coming out, with new companies getting on board, it's going to be just mayhem, the excitement surrounding cryptocurrencies by the end of this year. And I think we're going to be looking at new highs for all of the altcoins. For cryptocurrency is going to be hot. It's going to be the hottest commodity out there by the end of the year. But in around March and April, it's going to be the lowest of the low. So I think this is going to be an unusual year for cryptocurrency, as we're going to move from the lowest of the low to the highest of the high in 1 year. And if you guys can't take advantage of that, well, you're just going to miss out. I'm not going to say it's the biggest buying opportunity in cryptocurrency. I was on here when Bitcoins were $3,500. You imagine buying a whole Bitcoin for $3,500? And I was telling you guys, hey, take a look at this. And then we seen the Bitcoin price roll all the way up. And that was a big ride up. I don't think it's going to be as much this time, because I think once Bitcoin breaks below 30,000, I think that it's going to get sticky about going lower. And then we're going to see it ride up to... I think it's entirely possible to see in this 1 year, 2022, a gain of 3 times on cryptocurrency assets from the lows that probably going to be set in around March or April. I think that's what I'm figuring now, but that could change. That timing could change, guys, depending on what the Fed does and depending on what the markets do. Now, I'm on top of it. I'm watching it for you guys, and it pays you to keep your eye on this channel, because some of you guys might have missed buying opportunities I told you about on this channel a long time ago. I remember one of the first buying opportunities. I was out here and I was talking about Litecoin. They were $3 and something cents. I think there's $3.45 a piece. And I was on this channel talking about them, saying how great they are. and to take a look at them and everything. Well, some of you guys were listening to me, and some of you guys got in on $3 Litecoins. And you know what they went up to? Well, what they are right now, well, they were up to almost, I think they were up to almost $300 at one point there. That's 100x. And that's not the first time, and it's not the last time that I don't come right out and tell you guys, hey, you know, buy this. I don't do that. What I do is I say, hey, look ahead. Something's coming good here, you know? And I give you guys, basically, I point it out to you guys. Here it is. Look, here it is. Well, I'm pointing it out big time right now. That we're going to see bearish action until the Fed turns. And I think the Fed is going to turn and change direction in sometime around March or April. But I'm out here watching the Fed, watching every statement that the Fed makes. Every time they have a meeting, I'm there within a matter of hours after they make their statements. I'm in there looking them over, reading them over, and seeing what's going on. What's the Fed thinking? I follow the Fed on my channels. Because this is how you can follow the financial system, is by following the Fed. And the Fed is setting up this buying opportunity into cryptos. Right now. Thank you guys for listening. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the very next show. Bye-bye.